already in it. We're getting into game number 3 of it because Solar has a 2-0 lead over uThermal. uThermal being the red Terran player in the bottom right here, representing AT Gaming. And, of course, Solar representing Samsung Galaxy is in this lower left-hand corner as the blue Zerg player. So, let's get into this map. It's a much bigger map than Daedalus. Well, you know, Daedalus is a fairly large map, but in a different way. Daedalus is very kind of stretched, I would say. You know, the mains are still very close to each other. It's actually not so much of a rush distance between main and natural, or between naturals, and the fourth base is very quick to push upon. And, you know, Frost is a bit bigger all around, though in these positions, you know, uThermal, he will be able to push quite easily horizontally across the map towards Solar's fourth base. And if there's any map where we're going to see the drops really kick in for uThermal, it's going to be here on Frost. So we again have a Reaper opening. uThermal not going to go CC first. You know, CC first just not really used at all. Reaper Hellions just so strong on any map, and you can still see you know, you can still see many things. So you can still be very greedy behind it, is what I'm trying to say. Shouldn't try and chat and talk at the same time. If you guys don't know much about AT Gaming, I'm sure a lot of you will know about Samsung Galaxy, but AT Gaming are a team who are Dutch-based, and they have a bunch of... They're a really good kind of Beneluxian team. They've got a bunch of great Benelux players. They actually only just in the SC2 Improved Team League lost to Alien Invasion. They lost... No, they didn't. They lost to Missing in Action 4-3. Yeah, they lost to Missing in Action 4-3 after going undefeated in the group stages. We saw some great games, especially from uThermal throughout that tournament, and I expect to see more as they are signed up in for the second season of the Team League. So, so. We have these Reapers. Continuing Terrasia needs to get away. Second Reaper comes in and yeah, so there you go. Ling's continuing to take damage here, and one gets picked off, and another one going to go down to uThermal. Again, has to be careful not to get attacked by this Queen. One of them Reapers is very low, so he needs to be able to get out here very quickly if possible. Trying to maybe sneak in the back. I think he wants to check this gas, see if that's up maybe. There we go, checking in now, and yeah, okay, he's just coming in. He's actually going to make a drone. And now he's going to scoot on out of there. So these Reapers doing good work so far. We can already see in that unit's lost tab 2 drones, 4 Zerglings. It's actually a really nice opening. Probably the best opening he's had so far. In other games, the maximum he's got done has really just been doing some damage to the Queen. But again, he's overstayed his welcome. And now these Reapers, they're going to pay the price. They, you know, speed is out for these Lings. And one of them is sacrificed. Poor Reaper up here with 1 kill. He's going to go down, and experienced Reaper man over here with 5 kills. He lives to fight another day, which is really good for him. So, life continues on, and we see a third base come up here for Solar, and a bunch of Hellions just sitting on this natural ramp for uThermal. And yeah, wow, we're one map away from having our first ever mirrored finals in a big SC2 Improved League final, which it'd be exciting because it'd be Armani versus Solar. They've actually met a couple of times throughout the Winter League already, so it'll be interesting to see how they match up again this time. Of course, Solar pretty much has the winning record right now, as many people I think would expect, so not so much of a surprise to many, I'm sure, to hear that fact. uThermal, though, he still has the potential to come in for a comeback. Again, I really like this big map for him. He's going to play the same style. You know, he really did look good on Daedalus. He looked very good on Daedalus. He just maybe needed to sort out his production a little bit earlier. You know, make sure he didn't stack up 1.6k, because if he'd spent that, he would have been able to keep on trading. So, coming in here, checks the third base, and he sees no drones there once again, but the Queens are out and spreading creeps, so... you know, probably thinking to himself, well, not going to be a bust this game. And now just coming up this top side, going to look to try and pick off some workers, but Solar very smartly has an overlord positioned here. He's going to see these Hellions preparing to come in, and of course uThermal sees that too, but he's still going to try and come in here. But look at this, immediately the Queens are in position, deflected, no Hellion kills gotten, but does damage them down a little bit more so. And uThermal again going to look to try and come in here once again, but these Queens are not moving out of position. And, well, he thinks twice about it and just turns away once again. While back at home again, 1-1 upgrades on the way for him. His starport on the way, and extra barracks now coming down. And with the Italians alive, it's about time for him to take that third base, lifts it up, and he's going to send that straight over to that third and get that mine in ASAP. So, the stronger team colours. Rickson is because we're using the Game Heart mod, so it's got the stronger colours built in. So of course a big shout out to Game Heart for creating such a useful piece of software. Not much happening in this game, guys. Again, we've seen this happen a couple of times already now. Or at least we see this in basically every ZVT, where we're just going to see the macro and upstage at this point. Upgrades are going to complete for both sides. You know, the lair's going to complete. We're going to see a tech into Mutalisks very soon, I'm sure. You know, uThermal's going to add on barracks. He's going to secure this third base. Asking for a pause here for just a moment. No problem at all. So, again, we're at this point in this game where it's just very standard. Nothing is really happening. We're not seeing anything too crazy take place. And sorry go is asked and go is called, so we're back in here, but not too much happening, guys. So not too much happening to really make a comment on right now. At Nestor on Twitter says he's following on his Android phone right now, so hello to you, thanks for tuning in. And of course, thanks to everyone else tuning in as well. If you want to tell us your views and opinions and your thoughts on Twitter, at SC2_improve is the place to be. We're 9 followers off of 400. So that is something you could go do. Maybe push us up to 400 today. That would be crazy. As this aggression is about to ramp up from uThermal. He's coming into this third base. The Hellions are going to get some drone kills here. At the same time, he starts to drop in the main base. But Solar is prepared. But a lot of these units are already dropped out. And this becomes very difficult to deal with without Banelings. But there's the Banelings. And now uThermal is going to pick up and now drop over to this fourth base, but with Zerglings already here, it's going to be very difficult to really do anything. Drops on the high ground, but well, this is an okay position for him. He's going to trade very well here, and he targets down that Baneling very, very nicely. Now picks up and just going to keep playing with these drops, so really starting to abuse this. The factory has lifted up. We're not going to see any mech units at all this game. We're going to just see pure marine, apparently. And I don't know how that's going to play out for him. 2-2 upgrades coming up on either side of this map right now as he once again drops off here in the fourth base. And Solar not paying attention, sends his units towards the main. So a little bit more damage being done, and uThermal's just getting so much done with this drop. I mean, it's not a big difference, but you can see the resources lost tab is really starting to open up here. And it's just because of the efficiency early on in this game. As continuing to trade, gets himself a Mutalisk as well, gets 2 Mutalisks, gets a 3rd Mutalisk. Great play by uThermal. Was that 3 or was that? Yes, that was 3. 3 Mutalisks. Great trade here. And this factory is still just scouting around. Another couple of drops up to this top side are going to be able to start cleaning up some of the creep. And this is the uThermal we have seen in previous rounds. This is the uThermal we've seen beating Johnny Rico, beating Tamikas with ease. But right now, does he have enough to hold on against these units? Yes, I think he does just. Very close though. He's got so many barracks. He's got what, 10 barracks up right now? I don't know how many reactors he's got. He's got 7 reactors on the barracks. So he's producing what, like a ridiculous number of marines. I can't even do that math at this speed. 14 plus 3, 17 marines at a time is his production capability. Trying to poke down the bottom side here. Now he's going to come in. This is a really nice fight for him again, fighting in this choke point, but needs to start splitting once the Banelings start to come through. The Mutalisks coming overhead, and they're taking so much damage on the Mutalisks. A lot of them going down, and that was a bit of a mistake by Solar, but he might be able to just power on through, retreating now. uThermal getting back to his reinforcements, but this Mutalisk count is not as high as it once was, and that is not good for Solar, as uThermal actually picks up, needs to get away for just a little bit here, needs to find himself a break. Thinking about lifting up that depot, but also needs to come back down and defend his third base. There's nothing over here right now. Some banners being used not too efficiently, as marines now start coming out of these barracks over here. uThermal seems to be falling apart. The lack of factory units doesn't seem to be working out too well for him, because Solar is just steamrolling on through. And everything is just going to die off here. Absolutely everything. And you can see now the Mutalisks are just going to start cleaning up everything else. And, well, actually, I lie. He's getting a few more Marines out, and he's going to hold on. He's still on 60 SCVs. He's actually slightly ahead in army. Wow, uThermal scans. He sees morphing Banelings. He knows he's got a little bit of a timing here to do a little bit of damage. Going to pick off a few of these, but only a couple. Not really any significant amount, and moves away from there before it is too late. So, wow. At this point right now, we see these Marines moving back a little bit. A few Marines coming forward as well. Going to take this tower, taking down a couple of Zerglings here, as a couple of creep tumors are going to get taken out. And this is something uThermal needs to do to start pushing back. Mutants coming into the main base, but Marines in position, going to deflect them immediately. But it looks as though a lot of Marines are going to get cleaned up here by these units, and uThermal again on the retreat. His army just doesn't look that big. You know, with just pure Marine, it just doesn't look very big at all. We're going to see a fight here once again. The Marines are starting to split backwards, and uThermal, he's relying on his micro at this point. The medevacs are starting to go down to these Mutalisks. The Marines are dropping in numbers, and there's, he's just going to start losing everything. But this is a good position for him. Getting a lot of Baneling kills from the high ground here, and now the rest of these units are going to start going down. Marines, the problem is the Marines are going down, and even if he just cleans this up, he's lost his medevac count, and that's so important while playing what is essentially